Hey, we're here today to show you how to install the plug-and-play motor kit, the bow mount setup. So these are all the parts and hardware that we're going to use to install the bow motor mount. You've got 3 pad eyes, got 2 junior cleats, got 2 short leashes, and then 2 longer leashes. This will be able to control your locking mechanism, then also be able to pull the motor up out of the water. And previously installed, we've got the bow motor mount itself. And the only tool you really need to install all this hardware is just a power drill with a Phillips head bit on it. Okay, we've got all the proper hardware and parts installed on the boat. You can see we've kind of got two different line guides here. If you follow it in a straight line, you've got your junior cleat, goes through one pad eye, comes through the other one. This is going to be your locking mechanism. This will be able to engage or disengage the locking mechanism on the motor. Now our second line guide here is we're going to have another junior cleat here, one more pad eye. This one's actually going to connect to the motor and actually pull the motor out of the water. So next step will be to actually install the motor onto the bracket that we previously installed, connect the 2 leashes. So we'll go ahead and just pop our motor on here in the front. Go ahead and put the quick release lock in there. Okay, now if your motor is in the lock position right here, we're going to want to deploy it to make all of our attachments. So simply just push the deploy. Go ahead and just put your motor down into the natural resting place, which is going to be right here. So first thing we want to do is grab the smaller of the 2 leashes that we have left over. We got 1 carabiner, so we'll just go ahead and loop it around just like so. Connect the carabiner and then making sure you connect it to the rope to the inside. This allows you to pull and lock out the locking mechanism. And next will be to connect the longer of the 2 shorter ropes is actually going to go around the top of the motor. So you can see right here, this is your height adjustment, allows the shaft to go up or down. We just want to make sure that we stay on the upper side of that. So same thing, just go ahead and loop it in through. And then take your long end of your rope and a carabiner. Go and attach that. And then attach the carabiner to your long end of your rope. And then we'll just go ahead and give it a test and make sure everything works. So we'll go ahead and pull the locking mechanism, having it lock out in this junior cleat here. We'll go ahead and give this a pull. Pull the motor up and out and lock it out. To let it back out, just go ahead and release that from the cleat. Let the motor back down. Release the lock and give that a little tug. So after installing your wiring kit to your boat, you'll have some leftover excess wire, some excess leftover terminal ends, pieces, and also the male end plug connectors. So with that excess leftover, what you want to make is basically this wiring harness that we have here. So as you can see, we've got our plug end. We've got our lead line going to the stainless side, and then we have our positive coming off our battery going to the brass side. And then we have our negative side on the plug end, just connects directly to the negative side of the battery. The connections using for the circuit breaker here are going to be the 1/4 inch terminals you see right here, just installed with a little piece of heat shrink. And then the terminal ends that are actually going to be going on the battery are the 3/8 ones that you see here, and just go ahead and crimp those onto the end of your wire connecting to the battery. And then using the supplied connectors, just connect your red wires and your black wires using your connectors and heat shrink. So with your supplied crate space buckle, just go ahead and slide this guy to the stern. Go ahead and plug it in the rear. And we'll just go ahead and strap the battery down. All right, so the last and final step will be to actually put your male end plug to your bow mount motor. I like to leave this cord as long as that it came, just for whatever reason you got to leave it somewhere else. So I just cut it off where the terminals were before, and then just replace it with your last existing male end, connecting with the 2 supplied connectors, and then obviously use the heat shrink as well. So once you get that all connected, just go ahead and get your wire kind of coiled up. And then last thing will be is to plug your motor end in. And now you're ready to go play on the water.